this is gel wax. Now you see how squishy this is? It's really like gel, okay? So it's like one of those squishy. My daughter would love this because she likes that slime stuff. And so that ASMR, whatever you call that stuff, she's all over this stuff. I have to really hide this from her. So what I have this is we're gonna be making a gel candle for our coffee wax, okay? What I like to do is cut these up into little ice cubes to give it a realistic effect because we're gonna be making an iced coffee candle. So cool, I can't wait to show you the rest of the process. But I want you to see how I just kind of cut these up. And I don't want it to be completely uniform because I want a jagged ice look and feel to it. So I kind of want to like cut these up into like cubes. Is it looking like ice cubes yet a little bit? I kind of want it to look like ice cubes. So that's what I'm going for here anyway. I'm gonna put that to the side. So they don't necessarily have to be perfect because I'm a crushed ice person anyway. So, you know, ice doesn't have to be perfect for me. It's the crunch for me. So, okay, I'm cutting this up. So this is just gonna be for my ice cube. I'm gonna take another batch of this and I'm gonna be melting it down. And that's gonna be our actual coffee base. So it's gonna be brown, of course, and it's going to be in our famous pumpkin spice latte iced coffee. Okay, I know there's some people out there that are gonna like die for this, okay? I'm telling you, every time anybody sees this, I get like so many orders. I wanna hide. It's like my pumpkin spice. You probably don't have to edit that. You know that's how they say it. All right, so I think that's enough ice. What you think? The ice is icing. More of our candle making. This is our iced coffee candle, and this is going to be our gel wax we're talking about. Now, I'll let you guys know that I already have scented and also colored our gel wax, so I will be pouring it right into this jar. Again, I like to actually pour my wax in first and then put my wick in a little bit later. Now, this gel wax is a little bit harder to come by than your regular soy wax and other blends like that, but you might be able to find it at your local craft store. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in slowly because with gel wax, the viscosity is kind of thick and it can bubble up. And the reason why you don't want it to bubble up, if you want a smoother look, you want to kind of pour it slowly. So here we go. Now, though it looks like it's coming out kind of liquidy, it is really syrupy. And you'll see like those little strings on there because it's a lot thick. As you can see, it's little bubbles up in there. So we're gonna like kind of let it sit for a little bit and I'm gonna hopefully get those bubbles out because I want a smooth look for my candle. So we're gonna let this sit a little bit and then we'll put the wick in when it cools down a little bit. It's a little bit, and you guys can actually see how kind of bubbled up a little bit around the sides, just like that. So I'm going to be cleaning that up in a little bit. So the candle's always cool on the outside first and then the inside last. So you can see how this is kind of already a little bit solidified, and in the middle it's a lot. You see how thick that is, guys? All right, so gel wax, that actually holds temperature for a lot longer. So I like to put my wick in, get it all the way to the bottom, kind of guiding it in with this little stick here, and I pull it out slowly. And there it is. So I want my wick nice and straight. And I'm going to kind of like try to see how that came out. And it's actually going to form right back in, and it's going to be all smooth. So just like that. And you see how my wick is kind of standing up by itself? This is exactly why I like to do that part last. And my stick is clean. Look at that. Okay. Now I'm actually centering my wick with my little, what we call it a popsicle stick. It looks just like a popsicle stick with a hole in it. So right here I have some slightly whipped wax. So this right here is my whipped wax. I have a proprietary blend of it, and it already has my fragrance in it. Excuse my little jingle bell up here. It's all jingling. Anyway, so this is like a slightly whipped wax. It's a little thinner than I will use for any of my cupcakes and everything like that, but that's because of the effect that I'm trying to go for. So it's kind of like thick and thin at the same time. Kind of see how I got that little lip there. It's like we just poured that creamer right inside of it. And at the top of it, it kind of covered, it's still kind of covered with that brown gel wax. But we want it like that because we want a flat surface when we add our ice. Don't forget our ice. Remember, we chopped all of our ice up nice and cube-like. So what I'm gonna start doing is adding ice on the top of it because we wanted that realistic look to it. And don't worry that it looks kind of like edgy a little bit here. But I think I want a smaller piece of ice. Just kind of like get some ice up there because, you know, we want our iced coffee nice and iced out. Boom, like right there, right? So because we want this to like, one, again, be realistic, and we also want it to stick. So it's not exactly realistic, so I like to do one more touch, and I actually use a heat gun to kind of like melt it a little bit. So I want the ice to have a real nice ice effect, so I kind of like, you can also use a blow dryer, but I have this professional heat gun here, and I kind of just go over it, so it's actually melting the ice, but it's also giving it more of like a 3D like effect there. So it's keeping it together, but now the ice looks a little bit more like ice. You notice that? There we go. So we have our coffee candle. So what I love to do is I actually like to put a little label there. And it smells absolutely delicious. It smells exactly like coffee.